Welcome back to Terry's Lounge, folks. I'm your host, Toilet Terry. That's right, only a few episodes left to go in the season. Not only in the season, but for good. That being said, let's get started with this episode. We are going to see how many dad jokes can I tell in 1 minute, followed by, yes, you guessed it, how many Yo Mama jokes can I tell in a minute, followed by, yes, you guessed it, how many story jokes can I tell in 1 minute. Let's get started with the dad jokes, shall we? I tried to start a band with my fridge, but it wasn't working. It just kept freezing. I used to have a fish that could play piano. It was a little flat though. I once considered writing a book on penguins, but it was too cool for school, so I just left it on ice. I once asked my dog to fetch me a stick. The problem now is I'm stuck in the woods with a puppy who thinks it's a magical wand. I think my mirror is broken. Every time I look at it, it just reflects my dark inner thoughts, mostly about food and nap times. I'm on an all-seafood diet. I just see food and I eat it. I once started dating a calendar. We've been together for a year now, but it's become too date-heavy. I once met a musical cat. This cat always delivered the perfect performance. Nice work on the dad jokes. Now for the Yo Mama jokes. Yo Mama is so funny, even her shadow laughs at her own jokes. Yo Mama is so thoughtful, she gives trees advice on how to grow. Yo Mama's so creative, she painted a rainbow with a paintbrush made of dreams. Yo Mama is so organized, her thoughts are in alphabetical order. Yo Mama's so bright, even the stars ask her for guidance. Yo Mama's so helpful, she helped the moon find its way home. Yo Mama's so caring, she gives hugs to teddy bears. Yo Mama's so friendly, even the mailman is excited to deliver to her. Yo Mama is so happy, even the clouds smile in her presence. Yo Mama's so bright, even the sun is jealous of her. Yo Mama's so kind, she teaches the flowers how to bloom with a smile. Yo Mama's so adventurous, even the compass wants to follow her. Nice work on the Yo Mama jokes. Now for the storytelling jokes. Isaac liked visiting the library. One day when he was at the library, he found a book on the shelf entitled How to Have an Open Conversation with a Book. Intrigued, he picked up the book and he opened it. And when he opened it, the book spoke to him. "Hello, Isaac." Isaac beamed. "Wait, you can talk?" he said to the book. "Well, of course I can talk," said the book. "You don't just have to read me, you have to listen to me too. And the best part, I can answer any question that you have." Intrigued, Isaac asks the book, "Okay, what's your favorite color?" The book says, "I don't have a favorite color, but I have a favorite font, Comic Sans, because it's always ready for a good laugh." And then Isaac says to the book, "Okay, what's your favorite animal?" The book said, "Well, the bookworm, of course, because it's always curled up with a good story to tell." Well, I hope you guys got a good kick out of those jokes. I know I did. It is now time for...
Hold up.
Greetings, Toiletarians! I'm your host, Toilet Terry, and you guys are all watching the very first episode of the 23rd and final season of Toilet Talk with Terry, folks. That's right, welcome to the final season. Can't believe we have made it this far. That being said, the discussion topic for this episode is the final season. Let's get this over with. That's right, the end is near, folks. They say all good things come to an end, but I think we can all agree on one thing, that this is more of a reluctantly dragging myself towards the inevitable kind of situation. But we're here. We made it. Some of y'all might be thinking to yourself, it's the final season already? What happened? Well, the only answer I have to that is time happened, my friends. Y'all, when I first started Toilet Talk, I thought to myself, this is going to go on for years. I was ready to be the next big thing. I thought I was going to have my own line of t-shirts and maybe a 10-minute cameo in Fast and Furious 19. But no. But instead, here we are. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to stretch these last couple months of this into something until it's time for this to end and for me to move on to the next thing. But let's talk about how this feels. Because honestly, starting a final season is just the same feeling. Almost just the same feeling as walking into a family reunion when you know you've already overstayed your welcome. You're walking around all bored, looking around, trying to pretend it's still fun. But deep down you're thinking to yourself, when is it going to be time for this thing to be over? You know you're just there for the snacks. But deep down you're thinking to yourself, all right, brace yourself for one relative. That one relative who's going to make us all do something that makes us dreadfully uncomfortable. A group family photo. That's right. As if they think that that's going to ensure that we all stay in this magical, happy place for an eternity. But final seasons always have their perks, right? The nostalgia will start setting in. Remember when we first started? Remember when we didn't know what we were doing? Remember when we had no budget, no direction, and had no clue what we were doing? Ah, good times. Now we are in the moment where everything comes full circle. You know you're in the final season when characters from old episodes, seasons prior, start coming back for no reason at all. Oh, great. It's that character that was only in 1 or 2 episodes. Hey everyone, I'm back! Yes, Karen, we see you're back. We will always remember you as that one character who offered us a donut and said some cheesy one-liner. And so Karen's back in the final season, and we act like we're happy to see her, like it's a big deal, right? Oh great, Karen's back. What's her arc this time? A cameo and a coffee order? But we can all agree on one thing, that's that the best part of the final season is always the closure. You know the writers are scrambling to tighten up every loose end, and everything just feels extra meaningful. For example, you could accidentally drop a pencil. Just drop a pencil. And suddenly it's like a life-changing metaphor. That pencil represents the last 12 years of my life. I know I've fallen, but I'll get back up. And I'll sharpen myself again and oh wait, it's just a pencil. Never mind. Let's not forget the inevitable final goodbye episode. The final goodbyes where each character steps forward and shares their emotional journey with everybody. They give their sappy speeches and you're just thinking to yourself, man, are y'all really gonna make me cry over this? Last time I watched a character, I'll admit, the last time I watched a character give one of their sappy final goodbye speeches and walk off into the sunset, I thought to myself, am I really supposed to care for these characters? Was I really supposed to care for that person? The answer is yes, because it's the final season and we've invested so many hours of our lives into these people. But here we are, the final season, folks. You might feel a little sad, a little nostalgic. But hey, on the plus side, we made it through all the awkward moments, and we made it through all the moments where it just made no sense. And we made it through that one awkward season that one show is always bound to have where the budget is cut in half. Now that's important. And at the same time as being sad, nostalgic, y'all may probably be wondering, what's next? What happens next? Well, I will be discussing that in the near future, and you won't want to miss it. So here's to the last ride. Let's make this count, toiletarians. This episode was just merely the introduction to another great season, toiletarians. We're gonna make these last episodes count. So let's say the things we have never said before. Let's bring back all those characters, even if some of them made no sense. And let's end this with a cliffhanger, if we must. Because if we're going out, we might as well go out with a bang. And hey, by the end of 2024, when it's all done for, remember, the end of this is not the end. Well, it is, and it isn't. It is the end, but what is it the end of? It is the end of the beginning. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, hope you guys are anticipated for this final season. It is going to be wonderful. I know that we are now done with the first episode, but despite that, it hasn't even started yet. So, that being said, don't forget to click subscribe for more upcoming content. Drop a like on this video if you liked it. What's to come in the next couple of months to wrap up 2024 will be great. Y'all won't want to miss it. All right, keep it real. Peace out. Hold up. It is now time again for impressions, starting right now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Alright, church, today we're gonna preach a very important message. Jesus loves me more than you. I'm gonna tell you what, man, that's so dope, you know what I'm saying? Dude, no kidding, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Just awesome. Well, I hope you guys got a good kick out of those impressions. I know I did. It is now time for... Hold up. Greetings, toiletarians. I am your host, Toilet Terry, and you guys are all watching Toilet Talk with Terry. That's me, obviously. Yes, since the last episode was the introduction to this final season, you can only guess what the topic of this episode will be. That's right, you guessed it, reminiscing. Reminiscing. The best way to realize you've wasted your life. Have you ever sat down and just thought tremendously of the past? And no, I am not talking about in a way where you think to yourself, wow, look how far I've come. No. I am talking about reminiscing in the manner in which you realize, wow, I can't believe I wasted my life on such dumb and useless stuff. Because it's real. I was reminiscing like normal the other day, just scrolling through old photos and memories, and I thought to myself, wow, that was such a simpler time in my life. But the more I got to thinking about it, the more I actually realized, wow, I have been making bad decisions my whole life. Like my childhood, for example. My parents were always telling me how they thought I'd grow up to become some kind of superstar. My mom was always like, you should try to become a doctor or an astronaut. Meanwhile, on a Saturday, I spend 2 hours trying to figure out how to fold a fitted sheet. It's impossible, all right? You should be given a medal for that, not a degree. And don't even get me started on my teenage years. Remember how you'd be 16 and everything just felt like the end of the world? Like you'd lose your iPod. And you'd think, oh no, no, my life is ruined. My life is over. It's the end of the world. These days, I lose my iPhone and I'm just like, I know I've got an extra charger somewhere. Like, back in high school, I thought that by my mid-20s I'd be famous, but no. All I'm famous for now is ordering the wrong coffee every time I go to the coffee shop. I've been recently reminiscing about my teenage years in their entirety. Like at 15, my first job at a fast food joint. I thought I had struck it rich. I thought, wow, I'm finally a worker. This is amazing. I'm gonna get rich from doing this. Spoiler alert, I didn't. And then I realized, my shot at becoming a multimillionaire by my mid-20s, it's probably not happening. I mean, I was barely even able to pay attention at 22, let alone manage a multi-million-dollar empire. I could barely keep track of my Netflix password. And the old fashion choices, don't even get me started. Like, what in the name of every bad decision was I thinking? I used to wear flip-flops in the winter. That was the thing back then. And cargo pants? Oh, don't even get me started about those. So many pockets. I looked like a human Swiss Army knife. And dating in the past? Hoo boy. I remember I would be so excited just to get a message from anyone. Literally, a single message. Even if it was just a one-word message. Like, one text message could derail my entire day. Nowadays, however, I just get random text in the middle of the night like, hey, you up? And all I can think is, no, and why do I even still have this person's number? But here's the real kicker. Social media nostalgia. Like, I look back on old posts on Instagram, for example, from way back years ago, and I think to myself, did I really post a photo of myself and let everybody know that I was listening to Salt and Pepper on repeat while eating a sandwich? Did I really think the world would be interested in knowing what I had for lunch? Apparently, yes. That's just who I was back then. But hey, I can assure you there are none of us who have not posted a photo of a meal that we didn't cook ourselves. Anyway, reminiscing is great and all, but it always reminds you of how much time you've spent on stuff that doesn't matter, while others are out there being productive. Meanwhile, I'm just here with a basket of laundry that I keep promising myself I will fold by the end of the week. And as I reflect right now, I'm thinking to myself, man, I need to quit reminiscing so much and actually get on with my life, actually do something with my life. But I don't have the energy right now, so I'll just sit here the rest of the day thinking about the potential I once had. Maybe I'll start tomorrow. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, this discussion topic. The rest of the season is going to be a blast. That being said, don't forget to drop a like on this video if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button for more upcoming content, which will be great. Y'all won't want to miss it. All right. Keep it real. Peace out. Hold up. I wrote down random questions, and then I had my assistant, Teddy Tidwell, write down random words. 10 questions, 10 random words. I read the questions, he reads the words, and whatever the words are the answers. Let's get started, shall we? If a cow laughed, what would come out of its nose? Fart sperm. If you could replace all the grass in the world with something else, what would it be? Retarded tickles. What would you get if you tried to sneeze with your eyes open? Urinetown. What do you call a book about failures that doesn't sell? Retarded. If two mind readers are reading each other's minds, whose mind are they actually reading? Fatty doo-doo. What do you think cats dream about? Retardation. If you only could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Your fat grandma. If the early bird gets the worm, what does the late bird get? Laid. What do you get when you place a bouncy ball inside a washing machine? Incest. What would you get if you tried to hug a cactus? Tardy pizza. Well, that's all we have time for, folks. I hope you guys got a kick out of that just as much as I did. Don't forget to drop a like on this video if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button for more upcoming content, which will be great. Y'all won't want to miss it. All right, keep it real. Peace out.